Welcome back to Risque Business News. I'm your host, Laura.
And I'm May. And today on the pod, we are discussing a very, very controversial figure, Teal Swan.
Yes.
And I also have a slick back bun for those listening on YouTube. This is a new hairstyle. Drop in the comments what you think. But back to Teal Swan. According to some people,
in the intro.
according to some people, she is a powerful spiritual leader, and according to others, a liar, narcissist, and deeply dangerous grifter and cult leader. So you guys decide which. I think I have my vote, but you guys.
I'll be voting
Sound
throughout, so sound off in the comments.
This one, I genuinely am a little afraid of her people coming after us, but God bless.
We love the friends, new friends of the pod.
Please subscribe. Thanks.
Yeah.
Where's the money? I don't understand how you make money.
Hold
from
on.
that, though.
2 stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's Risque Business News.
I'll be honest, I don't know anything about her. Literally goose egg. I think I'm assuming she has her own YouTube channel. Should we tag her?
Let's tag her.
Fucking tag her.
So, yes. So, the way that I heard about her was there's a documentary that's really good. I believe it's on Hulu. It's called The Deep End. There's also another podcast that's like a multi-series. Listen, we're not going to get into everything they got into, but this is just sort of a deep dive on this crazy lady. It's quite
Is she hot?
an ordeal.
That's what I want to know.
She's extremely hot.
Oh,
and I
that's
think
big.
that's
I'm
part
listening.
of the reason why people are so enamored by her. So
she's pretty. She looks like a witch.
she does look like a witch.
Oh, look at that tattoo. Okay.
I'm going to get into a big thing about the tattoo, actually. So Teal Swan, for those of you that don't know what she looks like, in my opinion, this is a big reason why she's been able to get the following that she has. She has like these piercing blue eyes, super long dark hair, very skinny, very like traditionally attractive woman.
She looks like literally like from like Sabrina the Teenage Witch kind of vibe. Like she has like that kind of dark feature, really relatively pale. She's wearing dark lipstick in this picture. She's very pretty.
She's very
She
pretty,
looks like
but
she come from medieval times.
you know what she looks like? Yes.
She looks like she would be the queen in medieval times.
You know what she looks like though? She looks like the girl in high school who like she goes after the weakest man in the room and ruins his entire life and takes away all of his friendships. You know what I mean? I know a few stand-up comedian men that would fall for her. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely, most of them.
Most of them.
Yeah. Matt, I'm like, don't show Matt this episode.
You know that exact type of woman though?
Yeah, no, I know
That,
exactly
like,
what you mean.
Or
And
man, they isolate their like prey.
It was always like a
almost.
little bit fringe, and they'd be like into like
crystals.
alternative shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, no, other people are into that too, but this is just, you've made it weird.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, she's like a lovable nerd. And I'm like, no, she's like wicked fucking mean and
Yeah,
has
she's
no
like-
friends for a reason. So that's Teal Swan. That's the way she looked. The girl that you're picturing from your high school that was like that was like kind of sexy, but no friends. It
Yeah.
was super weird. That's Teal Swan.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So Teal Swan, let's get into it. Who the fuck is she? Why is she famous? So she has a YouTube page. Right now it has 1.57 million followers, way less than Risque Business News for some
what
fucking
a
reason.
loser. We need to start a cult.
We
Honestly,
should.
people would be like, we don't want to do that cult. No, thank you. It's not very compelling.
You know what we need to figure out? We need to drop off in the comments about this, actually. We need to figure out a name for our fans. Coworkers. Colleagues.
I like Friends of the Pod. But is that too long?
I think that's somebody else's, though. Isn't that like a
Is
thing?
it?
Friends of the Pod? I don't know. I have a mug that says
Maybe.
Friend of the Pod at home.
Oh, that's not a great sign.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll think about it.
CEOs.
Do they have a good name?
CEOs.
CEOs, everybody, all of you.
Well, I think it's just called the Swan Tribe or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Teal Tribe. Sorry. Teal
Teal
Tribe is
Tribe.
what they're called. Her Instagram has 1 million followers. So
Okay.
she's getting up there. So since 2011, she has been one more thing about her is that according to Wikipedia, Forbes, IMDb, and various other online sources, she has a net worth of almost $8 million.
Damn. Does she
Yeah.
come from money?
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna get into her childhood and then her alleged childhood. Those are two separate things.
Okay, I'm looking her up real quick. Teal Swan official.
Okay, I was like, can you stop texting?
No,
we're
I'm
doing a podcast.
Yeah, we're doing an actual podcast right now. No, I'm just looking her up really quick just to get an idea. Teal Swan official, is that her?
That's her.
She's pretty.
I mean, yeah, she's doing her damn thing looks wise.
Oh, she looks like Liv Tyler a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay. Right? Holy shit, that's Liv Tyler. That looks exactly like her.
It does look like Liv Tyler.
All right, we figured it out.
Okay, so how is she getting all these people to follow her, etc.? So since 2011, she's been attracting followers to her YouTube channel and websites by gaming the SEO and making to like get people basically to have like her ads run to people that are Googling subjects such as should I kill myself? Am I depressed?
Should we run ads on this?
Oh, I thought you said should we do a trigger warning? I'm like that too.
Trigger warning. Should we do SEO like this? I don't even know what that is.
Maybe we should. So that's basically how she gets all these people to follow her because she, in her mind, she's like a wellness guru.
Mm-hmm.
She actually has a wellness talk coming up in New York City. Should we go?
Absolutely. How much money?
Okay.
I want to go to everything. I'm always 100%. Firefest 2, I'm following. I'm literally been following the updates on it.
I mean, that would be fun.
Yeah.
So, okay, so she has something in New York that's coming up. It's called a New York Synchronization Workshop. It's July 9th. I could go for my birthday on July 10th.
It's only $80?
It's $80 for general admission. It's $175 for better seating, and it's $1,555 for front row seating or front area seating.
I think I know what I'm getting you for your birthday. I think let's see how this episode goes, and we'll decide if we're going to the Teal Swan.
I'd be afraid.
Yeah, no, that's good. Fear is good for you. It's good for your adrenal glands.
Yeah. So for the $1,500 ticket, you can get tea with Teal session afterwards, which I don't know what the fuck that means. Probably just that she's trying to indoctrinate you. Yeah.
It's probably the thing. We all drink this and then we're all dead.
So, yeah, right. So according to her website, the synchronization workshops are an opportunity to get new insights that can catalyze transformation. Great. Connect with like-minded people. An opportunity to ask your question on stage with Teal. What?
Oh my God.
A Q&A.
We're going.
And a Q&A style that are a vibrational match to your own struggles and also desires.
I don't understand any of those words.
Me neither.
It's just a bunch of like marketing buzzwords like related. She's just SEOing.
She's SEOing this entire
is just
thing.
An SEO little byline, and I'm already into this cult. Like fully in.
Wait, so I'm going to walk through some of her other stuff that she sells. So this is her official website. So
Ancestral Healing Online Workshop.
Yeah.
She's white.
She is white. It's true.
Okay.
So
is she like appropriating every culture? Is she doing like one of those, like, is this one of those like Eastern medicine kind of like, do you know what I mean?
Well, she thinks that, so I'll get into it.
Okay.
She identifies as an alien, actually. So there's that. So like, yes and no.
2023.
Yeah. Yes and no. So you can shop some of her meditations. They're on sale for $88.
I love a meditation.
$17. Great. You can also shop. She's got books. She's got handwritten quotes you can buy, apparently. She's got retreats. God bless. Self-love e-course, sexual healing e-course, how to thrive in a crisis. Like she's got like she's basically trying to be, I don't know what she's trying to be.
A one-stop. Is she like a life coach? God damn it.
Could you imagine my life coach is like listening to this and she's like, wait, I love Teal Swan.
Wait a second. Sexual healing.
That's what I'm trying to do.
She does look like she'd be freaky.
She looks, oh yeah, she's definitely one of these girls too who like ruins men's lives and takes them away from their friends and family, but damn does she give good head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Deep. It goes deep.
I'm the exact opposite. I let Mark do whatever he wants and never do anything that I ask him to do, but I give him horrible head.
It's a decent trade-off.
Yeah.
You can have your friends and, you know.
Just have your friends in a fleshlight and we'll call it even.
Yeah,
How about
it's not too bad. That's a good deal.
So one of her core practices is something called the completion process, and it's an 18-step visualization that walks you through an emotional trigger through towards an early memory, enabling you to resolve unmet childhood needs through mental visualization. Jesus Christ, this is buzzy.
Yeah, like, you know, and then that's the problem is you lose focus halfway and you're like, through.
I guess I know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All the words I technically understand, but together,
Yeah. I'm like, what did I just read? I don't know. But
Yeah.
apparently you're supposed to be resolving past trauma or uncovering buried trauma, which I think is very dangerous. When you're like, I think I was raped.
Right. What's that all about?
What's that all about?
What is like?
And listen, we're not fucking psychologists. I mean, neither is she. But I'm
asking what it's all about.
Yeah.
If you know, please tell us. But it really feels like a manipulable area of
Totally.
psychology. Like
yes.
It's easy to get kids to lie when they're kids.
Yes.
Let alone if you're trying to reflect on being a kid.
Completely. So
You could probably convince me I lived in a house I've never seen before.
yeah,
I'd be like, uh-huh,
sure,
for sure.
absolutely.
Blue house. It's Blue house.
With the horse in the back,
It's a blue house.
and it neighed and it ate the fucking
of
grass.
course, I got fire ant bites right there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And actually, it's really funny you mentioned how easy it is to manipulate children into thinking that they remember something that they don't, because I'm going to get into this in a little bit, but she's loosely tied to satanic panic. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay.
The world is so big.
It's a very large place. So
It's kind of crazy, like how there's like this lady, and I'd never encountered her.
no. I know, and she's like famous. Like other people would be like, you
Right.
don't know Teal Swan?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
It's amazing just how like your circles just might not hit. And now I'm sure I'll see her all the time because my
Oh.
phone is sitting right here and it just heard me say it
Well,
keywords 3 times.
This has been fucking horrible to be to be researching, because I keep getting ads for her and I'm like, no. Like,
Yeah. That's incredible.
yeah. If I ever have to give back my work laptop for some reason, they're gonna be like, it might be suicidal. Teal Swan is all over this fucking computer.
That was like when I was researching 4chan.
Oh yeah.
My computer was dark for a while.
bless.
I was deep in these like very questionable areas. Just
Yeah. So
like no one. It's research.
satanic panic, just as like a high level umbrella, and we're going to talk about this in further detail when I get into her childhood, but basically what happened was there was quite literally like a satanic panic amongst like Christians and whatever in like the mid 80s, and there was a psychiatrist who thought that she uncovered like all this molestation and all these like rituals happening within a daycare. It turned out to be complete nonsense, but like 100 children said that it happened because like children just want to please you. So she's like, it happened, right? And they're like, yeah. And then
And how
people
do we
went
know?
to jail and shit.
Oh wow. Not that this is a completely different episode, but how do we know that wasn't real?
I guess we don't, but I mean, I've listened to several podcasts that are like
Popular
no.
opinion in terms of reviewing it, like
Popular
by
opinion-
reasonable opinion.
Yes.
People.
And I think some of the children have spoken out being like, they just convinced, we just wanted to say what they wanted us to say. So we were saying it.
Okay.
And like, it was, but
For sure. Okay.
Yeah.
We just don't have the time.
we
Okay?
don't have the time, but that's the high level, my understanding of it anyway. So who the fuck are these people that go to the workshops? Who the hell is paying $1,500 to see this fucking sexy ass weird witch lady from your high school
Me.
talk? Okay.
Besides me.
So I wanted to talk about the documentary a little bit, The Deep End. That's the name of the documentary. And it opens quite literally with Teal and one of her female followers in a pool.
Is her name Teal?
Yes.
And her last name is Swan.
Yes, but that's a married name. I don't know what her first name. I don't know what her
Someone
maiden
named
name
their
is.
kid. It's kind of a cool name.
It's not bad. I mean,
That's
it's a tacky color. Can we say that?
Yeah. Yeah. It reminds me of like Boca.
Yeah.
like a weird hotel in Boca.
Like very trashy people with a lot of money in a boat. They're like, we're naming our daughter It's like that reality star. I actually love this reality star, Lala Kent. I think she's hilarious, but she named her daughter Ocean. What are we doing here?
Yeah. What are we doing?
What the fuck are we
What
doing?
are we doing? No.
That's not a name.
That's not a real name.
That's
that's
a
a
body
noun.
of water.
That is a noun.
Yeah. You can't name your daughter Ocean.
No, I'm not going to.
Yeah. And then another one on the same show named their daughter Summer Moon. What are we doing here?
It's an LA thing. LA really took off with when Gwen started with Apple. Remember how
yeah.
a magazine, that was like the front of magazines for
Oh, yeah.
ages. Everyone was, she named it Apple.
Everyone was like, this is the worst name ever. And everyone's like, hold my beer.
And they were like, we're going to make it worse.
Didn't Michael Jackson named his kid Blanket or something like
Yes,
that?
Michael Jackson did Blanket, and I think Apple and Blanket happened, I think it was like in a fairly similar time frame.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say they were fucking.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
That'd be an interesting kid.
Yeah.
If they had a kid. Ooh.
And then they're like friends with Surrey Cruz. Where are those celebrities? Where's Surrey?
Where is Surrey? I like that name.
Yeah.
Surrey's a good name.
It seems.
Wait, but Tom Cruise is a Scientologist. We're probably never going to see Surrey. Huh. But
Now she's probably dead. No, I'm just joking.
trigger warning. Yeah, we told you.
But seriously, like you would think that Surrey Cruz would be like a little pseudo celebrity a la Sophia Richie by
Maybe
now.
she's going to have like a real normal childhood in life and like be actually adjusted.
Good for her.
Let's see. No, I'm going to look her up. Here's the thing. We're going to look her up. She's going to have like 3 million followers.
Totally. You know how TikTok tries to make people celebrities out of nowhere? Sophia Richie, can I tell you something? I'm not picking up what you're putting down. Okay? I don't care about your wedding. All right?
Which one's Sophia Richie?
She's
from Modern
Lionel.
Family?
No, she's Lionel Richie's daughter. Also, who's the other? Her sister is really famous. Nicole Richie's sister. And they're trying to make her famous, and I just simply...
I've never seen her, and now I'm going to see her all the time. So I'll follow up and tell you if I think she should be famous.
I'm over her.
This is Surrey Cruz. She doesn't have...
she only has 71,000 followers.
No, this is a fan page.
Oh.
She doesn't have her own one.
Good for her.
I know. This is interesting. She's only 17. Maybe her parents are like, you have to be 18.
Oh, yeah.
She's cute.
And she's
she
gonna be a
lives here in New
celebrity
York.
next year then, I guess.
She lives in New York. She's beautiful.
Yeah, she is. I mean, she's fucking...
I mean,
but those genetics.
Like that'd be... What are we doing?
Can we talk about how Tom Cruise, I'm like, Scientology must work because you look fucking perfect.
Yeah. He looks really good.
He looks so
Just
good.
The skincare routine alone is worth, losing your family's freedom or whatever.
Yeah, or like whatever the hell.
Have we ever covered Scientology? I don't think we
No,
have.
I don't think so.
That's also
We
a scary
should.
one.
That's a very fun... Oh, my God. We're really...
I'm sorry.
Gone
We'll
on a
get back
tangent,
to
but that's
it in
okay.
a second.
But have you seen the documentary about the Duggar family?
No, I have heard I should.
Watch that documentary.
I am flying.
It's so good.
Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe
You
it'll be
should.
on Delta.
Probably not
Oh.
because it's like...
Is it pretty dark?
It's very dark.
It is always so awkward when you're watching like something with like a big sex scene on a plane.
There's like a little kid.
Yeah, and you're like, don't look. Rewind, watch it again. Rewind, watch it again.
They really should have like...
Privacy screens.
Yeah. It shouldn't be that difficult to have a privacy
It
screen.
seems like, I mean, if the person next to me has kid protection on their screen, I should probably not. But people have no manners.
They really don't. Wait, so back to Teal Swan. Okay. So the documentary opens up with one of her female followers in a pool and the woman shaking and sobbing in her arms a la Baptist church style kind of thing. And she's like, this is what it can be like. You can trust me. And it's like very fucking weird.
Oh, that is very sexual.
Very sexual. Also, like, what's up with this person's like snatched jawline? How come everyone has a snatched jawline except for me?
Oh my God. She doesn't eat. You can see
No.
like the underbone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe I should stop eating. I'm hungry right now.
Teal was into it. She was like, this girl's going to be perfect for this pool scene.
Yeah, right? How fucking
Also,
weird.
it's for sure an actress.
You think so?
I mean, it has to be, right? Like, she filmed a scene. Like, you don't get this shot from just random. Was it like that they were following her around?
They were following her around. Because she has
Does
like
she
a little
live in LA?
commune. No, I think she lives somewhere. Don't quote me on this. I think she lives somewhere like Utah-ish. I don't know. Not sure.
Got it.
be
Okay.
honest.
Well, anyway.
But she has like a
this
little
lady with her jawline. She's been saved.
Yeah. So she speaks in front of hundreds, and then the next scene is that she's speaking in front of hundreds. I swear to God, I'm not going to just recount this documentary. But she's speaking in front of hundreds of people called the Teal Tribe, and a young man has her face tattooed on his arm, and a woman tells Teal that she saved her life in 2011.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And another woman says, she's like, hey, I want to talk too. She's like, she stopped moving forward and she can't find any motivation to do anything. So this woman's depressed, right? So the scene is they're at one of Teal's workshops. This woman's like, yo, I'm bummed.
SOS.
SOS. And then Teal asks, why are you still here? As in, why are you still alive? And then she goes, you need to visualize not being here. Play out both sides. Let's see how they go, dead or alive. So it's just like really intense.
Wait. So she's telling her to kill herself, or she's just saying like, hey, if you kill yourself, you're going to be in a worse position? Is that the implied?
Well, you
Po-
could look at it that way, Or you could look
This
at
is
it
a
like,
non-depressed person's point of view, right?
Yeah.
Here, look at that. I don't need you, Teal.
so she like is a lot of her teachings, which is extremely dangerous, trigger warning, et cetera, is that she's basically saying like some people should do that because it's the best option for them. And she's like more or less encourage
I
people
can
to do
see
that.
why that is not well accepted
And
by
people
people.
have.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh. Teal.
So you noticed when we did that picture of her that she has a really prominent tattoo of an alchemic symbol on her upper left arm.
Okay.
So it's been observed that a number of her followers have exactly the same tattoo, which is like here's the thing. If you really like a celebrity, you really like a spiritual guide, whatever, if you are going to get a tattoo a la Crystalia's fucking weird,
Oh my God.
like harem or like
Yeah.
that you have, then like you need to stop and say, I'm getting a tattoo.
If you're doing
this
something
thing.
that's reminiscent of cattle's being branded,
Yeah.
like to identify who they belong to, maybe don't.
Maybe don't.
Maybe don't.
Maybe like think about
Maybe
it.
like, I'm not a cow. I'm not a bull. I'm bearish.
I'm
I'm
bearish on
being
not
branded.
getting tattoos.
That's what I'm bearish on today.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Okay.
Same. Yeah, it's actually funny. There's like this podcast that I love. Don't get me wrong. One of my idols, but it's called My Favorite Murder. Do you know that podcast?
I've heard you
It's-
reference it, and I've heard
It's a huge podcast, like probably like the biggest true crime podcast, at least for a little while. And a lot of people were getting tattoos like with their thing.
See? Cardinal rule.
And they would be like, oh, how badass, like how cool. And I'm like, I don't know. Like if we're going by the rules of like,
It's one of those other things too, where I will say there's some people who have sleeves of tattoos where it's like, it doesn't have significance to
True.
them. Fine. Go crazy.
That's a good point.
Whatever. But like in this case, there's no other tattoos. It's clearly it's meant for something
right.
prominent.
She seems
She
like
looks scary in that pic and very hot.
she seems like a fucking pill to hang out with. Can I tell you that?
Sure. She'd just be telling me to kill myself all the time.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I never said I was going to. Okay.
So here's a few photos of
People's tattoos.
people with tattoos. And one of the things that's interesting is that so people will reach out to Teal on Facebook or Instagram or whatever and be like, I got my Teal tattoo, blah, blah, blah. And she'll write back and she'll respond and she's like, so cool, love it, or whatever. And she, like, if people reach out and say, hey, I'm really not feeling well, I'm in a super dark place, she'll ignore those messages. It's interesting.
Yep, for sure.
It's not great.
She doesn't like negative self-talk.
Yeah.
She's like, what if you canned that forever?
Just shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up and go to hell
So
right now.
pretty weird. So, okay, who the fuck is this
We
lady?
have to go. I'm like, we have to go see this. What if we see some of those tattoos?
We probably would. Oh, I'd be scared. I would go. I would go for $88.
$88 feels like the right value.
Should we buy them on air?
Sure.
The gang fills out a credit card.
I don't want to give her my real credit card. Maybe I'll do. You guys know you can make fake, like a short-term credit card.
No, I had no idea. That's
Yeah,
really smart.
A lot of like banks, like if you're buying from like a website where you're like, I don't know about this.
Really?
But listen, that Instagram top is cute.
Oh.
You can go and get a temporary credit card or debit card number made. That's only good for like a month.
Okay, well I'm going to start doing that.
It's smart. And
Yeah.
also it's good for like subscriptions because then it automatically expires and you can,
Yeah.
oh my God, I have so many subscriptions right now. It's like
I know.
genuinely a problem.
I have no idea what I spend my money on. Also, someone's been trying to log into my Gmail,
Oh, that's really bad.
and it's not me.
That's really bad. Do you have, we'll do this later.
Okay.
Actually, maybe you know what? We'll go into this later. Let us know if you want us to do a security episode.
Yeah, but I keep getting this message, and I'm like,
Let's cool it.
yeah. All right, so who the fuck is Teal Swan? Okay, I'm sure you're wondering. We're gonna get into some of the crazy shit that she says about herself. Okay, so she was born in Santa Fe, New Mexico in 1984, and she was raised in Logan, Utah, home of the fucking weirdos. Like, no offense, Utah
Most
listeners,
MLMs.
but Yeah.
It's crazy how much there's like so many scams that happen there. It's really, really known for it. It's kind of a shame. Just went to Santa Fe too. Stunning.
Really?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved Santa Fe.
Really?
Really
Okay.
good time. Beautiful, beautiful spot.
I've never been to New Mexico.
I really thought it was wonderful. It was gorgeous. It was great.
Okay, cool.
I was like, Teal's from here, huh? I can feel it. I can feel it in the air. It's a nice place.
So, Teal Swan, this is taken off of a website I found. Teal Swan believes she is the smartest person in the world, and
Here's the
normal.
thing. I'm so happy for a woman to finally have that arrogance.
Yeah,
We did it.
she is extremely arrogant.
Extremely arrogant. That's obviously not true, but there's a lot of guys saying that. So it's like, it's nice that we have one of our own out there just talking out their ass.
My favorite
love
is
it.
when guys think that they're the funniest person in the room, no matter what. Like, I'll get off stage and they're like, "Oh, so how do you like get up there? You just like sign up?" And I'm like, "No, I like."
But like,
got
why did they
booked
let
on the
you
show."
up?
They're like, "Well, I don't get like you just came here
Is
and said
there-
I want to go on, or like what's
Is
the
there a
deal?"
list?
Yeah.
Is there a list in the back? Who do I talk to go? Just don't worry about it.
I was.
It is actually way more than you'd think. of
It's
guys
way
like-
more than you think.
I thought for sure that was like just an overhyped thing. No, it's frequent.
No, it is. It really is. And they think they're like, you just like come up with that on the walk over, or like.
You also can see when you're in the like people in the audience, there'll occasionally be a guy where you're like, this guy's fucking pissed.
Yes. There's.
Pissed that I'm up here.
Yeah. There's
It's
like.
usually hedge fund bros. I had 2 hedge fund bros in the front, and like I was doing fine. Like I don't know, my jokes not for everyone, but you can tell when it's like not that they don't think the jokes themselves are funny, but they're furious that it's coming from your face.
Yeah. There's definitely a vibe. Like sometimes there's guys that you can tell they're like, make me laugh. And I'm
Right.
like, all right. Or you can just like enjoy
Chill the fuck
yourself.
out.
Like,
Small dick energy.
it is. It's very small dick energy. And it's also like, if you don't think my joke's funny, that's allowed.
Fine, but it's different. But
like,
you're
you
not
could still, like,
coming
look
at
on.
it in an aggressive manner.
Exactly. Like if I was at a comedy show as a patron, which I would never do, but thank you, people that come out. But if I were, I would like, even if I didn't like somebody, I would still be like, I'd be
Yeah,
like
of course.
smiling like
I
a
also
happy face.
Generally want the best for people.
Of course, everybody wants you to be funny. That makes
But
them have a better
sometimes
time.
random dudes don't. They like it's like a threat to them. It's very interesting. I never thought that was going to be so much thing.
Oh, it's a
But
thing.
it's a thing. It isn't all the time, but when you see it, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, when you see it, you can't
Ooh,
miss
you
it.
are a dark energy.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
And it's usually guys with like militant haircuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finance bros or military men.
I'm
Those
like-
some military guys are like the coolest.
Actually,
The coolest.
I take back. Well, militant haircuts, yes, but I would say that military guys and firefighters and cops are amazing audience members.
I was like, your computer's falling asleep. No, I completely agree. Completely agree. It's like this specific energy. Maybe it's like not even actually like it's the people who want the military haircut.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway, come see us live.
I feel like we're
Follow us on
describing
Inst-
the same person. I'm like, this guy's just following us around. Maybe he's our biggest fan.
Maybe he is, and he's just studying. It's not even angry. It's just like he's like, you did that joke last time.
Yeah.
This is hack. You're a hack.
She didn't stick it like she did.
I thought she would have reworked it by now.
No,
There's
dude.
one specific dude that I'm thinking of, and I'm like, whoa.
I know. All right, so back to Teal Swan. So she thinks she's the smartest person. She thinks that she is a medical savant, okay? She thinks that
Medical
savant. She thinks that she can see your food digesting through your skin. That's what she tells people.
Oh,
Okay.
sweetheart, you have just really the karma if you get like cancer. Woo!
Well, she thinks that cancer is something that you bring onto yourself.
Well-
she's like one of those.
Oh my God,
I
that's
know.
so fucked up.
I can't believe I willed myself to have cancer.
Yeah, May has had cancer if you don't remember.
yeah, but it was
You
like
haven't been a fan.
it was like silly cancer.
She likes to talk shit about
It
her
was
own
like-
cancer.
yeah, it was like-
it's kind of uncomfortable for me.
It was
every time.
like open micer cancer, honestly.
And I'm always like, yeah, your cancer was the garbage version.
It was a total joke. I got zero clout after zero.
I'll give you some clout. I don't know what to say to this. Anyway, Teal
Okay,
Swan,
so
if
anyway.
you talk this much shit about sickness and stuff, like she's going to die a horrible death.
I know.
You know what I mean? That's some karma.
I mean, I think she's living a horrible life in terms of like
she's No,
Maybe not. I
Let's
don't
find
know.
out. I don't know.
Whatever.
Okay.
So she identifies. This is a new pronoun section for you guys. Actually, I don't even know what the pronouns would be, but she identifies as a multidimensional Arcturian alien. I don't know what Arcturian.
Like King Arthur?
I don't know. What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? I'm just saying words. Arcturian.
Arcturian?
Arcturian.
Yeah, let's look it up real quick.
Meaning
New Age
movements. Okay.
A very advanced extraterrestrial civilization from the solar system of Arcturus.
Okay.
What if she just straight up is an alien and she's here and she's like, guys, I'm an alien.
And we're all like, ha ha ha.
We're
And
like,
she's like, no, for real.
No, I'm a fine. I told them, listen, I've been trying to tell them we're here.
Well, you know what's crazy is that I'm sure you've seen these, but like, dude, fucking all the publications are like, the government is saying that the UFOs are here and they have a bunch of their shit, and everyone's like, yeah.
Shh,
Submarine.
my shows are on.
Yeah.
Have you seen Real Housewives? Have you seen Scandival?
Oh, dude.
Shut up about the UFOs.
Maybe Scandival was a government psyop.
Oh my God, I think so.
Because it really did capture our attention. Also, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. I'm like, who are you working for?
Yeah.
Who are you guys working for? The CIA?
Why are we all in on this?
Why the fuck is this blasted on TikTok?
Why is my father following this? Why does he have opinions?
I don't know.
I don't know. Everyone knew. Everyone was passionate about it.
So she claims that she knew she had a special gift from a young age to like read people, you know, very like clairvoyant, that kind of thing, and claims to have spent 13 years in a satanic cult, but also somehow spent those years working as a highly successful international runway model in multiple locations, including Fiji and Milan.
Well, wouldn't we know? When we have, like, what's her brand deal? Yeah.
There's no evidence that exists that she was ever modeling or in a satanic cult.
Huh.
So
cool. I guess she's very secretive.
So, or is she just lying about both?
Couldn't be that. Arcturian aliens don't lie.
Oh my God. Okay. So she claims that she had a childhood mentor who she describes as a sociopath with multiple personalities.
That I believe.
Yeah, maybe. But she says that they sewed her into a human corpse for 12 hours.
What? What is that? Oh, no. See, now, I don't need to visualize that. Teal. I'm pissed with you.
That's what she's saying. And then she also says that after that, he ate the dead man's thigh muscle.
So he's a cannibal. Why is she describing him as a sociopath with multiple personalities when maybe potentially a murderer and a cannibal might be maybe the first words I would use if that were true? I'd say a psychopath.
Yeah.
Not a sociopath. That's full tilt. All right, Teal.
Yeah. She also, I'm like, who are you working for? The fucking GOP?
Yeah.
She goes,
MK Ultra.
She goes, he also
Throwback?
forced her to lure immigrants over the border for rituals child sacrifices. None of these alleged murders were ever reported.
Oh, so she's claiming immigrants. Oh my God.
That's
wow,
what she's
there's
saying.
so many crimes that we just heard.
I know.
That's like 5 or 6 crime
and none of
felonies,
them are true.
serious ones. I mean, even if, or I really hope none of these are true. But
Want to fill her up?
yeah, I'm kind of feeling like, I think she's done a crime, guys. I think she is begging us to realize that I am a criminal.
Yeah.
We're going to go bust her. That's what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
On July 9th in New York City.
Apparently her mom, okay, so this is another thing. So in The Deep End, which is the documentary I keep referring to, she said that she scared her mother to death from the age of 5 with what she now refers to on her website as her extrasensory abilities, including being able to read minds and channel the departed. She was
Wait, when you say scared her mother to death, like legitimately?
No. She was just like,
oh, she was freaked out.
She was freaked out.
After the first couple sentences, I was like, well,
yeah, maybe
she killed her mom. Holy shit.
So she was ostracized and bullied as a child, she recalls, and doctors diagnosed her with everything from schizophrenia to bipolar disorder. And Teal says she first attempted suicide at age 17. That's sad.
That is sad.
That
I believe.
She also wrote a book called 13 Years of Torture. Oh, wait, sorry. No, the book is called The Completion Process. And then that's the book. And she wrote in it that she endured 13 years of torture. And she said that somebody was sexually abusing her and he held her captive in a pit, drugged her, and threatened her family's life. None of this has been substantiated, but I will say,
Well, she's certainly not well adjusted. I think something happened.
Yeah.
Like, that's not someone normal.
No.
Something happened, and I'm sure it was sad. So,
also, I'm like,
but that doesn't mean you get to convince people to kill them, unalive them, whatever.
But also, I'm sort of like, why? Like, if you're an alien, then why the fuck are you also saying that you were like a human child? You know what I mean?
Because she probably had some shitty stuff happen to her when she was young, and she has the most advanced coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
When I say advanced, like creative coping mechanisms I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right? Listen.
Crazy.
My mom's a therapist. I figured it out.
So just a reminder that this is in the 80s. So some of the childhood abuse she says she experienced was satanic ritual abuse. Repressed memories she uncovered while working with a therapist named Barbara Snow, which is a central figure. I think that might be the therapist. In the satanic panic of the 80s. So Snow has been, or one of them, has been accused of employing scientifically unsound techniques to inspire children to testify they'd experienced satanic ritual abuse and popularizing the concept, a situation that led to the wrongful imprisonment of many. And to add insult to injury, the fact that doctors like Snow were found to have summoned false memories through questionable practices, like offering children candy so that they'd agree to experiencing certain things. They have been weaponized by people attempting to discredit survivors' true allegations of abuse when their memories of what happened aren't crystal clear.
Yeah, that's no good. That's no good all around. Oh,
yeah.
That's. Oh. So that's probably all right. I don't need to diagnose her. Carry on.
Right.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
We don't know.
I'm not gonna like crack the case right now.
So one thing is for certain. So investigating repressed memories of abuse is an undertaking that requires extensive education and care. But Teal has no professional background or education in psychology whatsoever. And she often tells people that she just met that she can sense they're burying specific traumatic memories and then subjects them to the completion process, which is going back and like doing these traumatic things to address them.
Isn't it kind of interesting how impactful like talking to someone can be? Sometimes I think about that and like, I think we were talking a little bit about this over the weekend, coming back from Ben's wedding, where it was like the power of what you're putting into your brain, be it via another person or via what you're saying to yourself or what you're listening to, is so important.
It
like
really
here,
is.
like you, and if you're irresponsible with what you're doing to other people, it can cause such. I mean, that sounds like so basic, but sometimes it's interesting to just be like, oh wow, like it's just words, but
it's
words,
true.
Words do a lot.
I know. Like I love true crime, obviously, but I will say like. I saw a TikTok that was like low vibe stuff that can get you in a bad mood. And it was like, this is unpopular, but true crime. And I was like, huh. And I was
probably, I mean, it's horrifying situations.
And I was like, that's so true. Like, I'm just like cleaning my apartment to some girl getting like fucking stabbed and raped in the back alley, you know, like.
You can be a little paranoid after that.
Yeah.
No, I've been thinking more about that. It's very important to surround yourself with, you know, things that you want your direction of your life to look like.
True. Yeah. Although I feel like I'm so numb. This is going to sound terrible, but I'm so like numb to true crime stuff that I'm like, I need the hard shit. Okay. I'm not going to get off on a husband killing his wife. Who cares?
It is so similar to guys with porn.
Yeah, I know.
It kind of is. Like
I've tried to make that a bit and it's like not working.
Oh, well, keep it up because I think that, I mean, at least the concept is dead on.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden you're watching, this is like the guy who's watching like the horse documentary and just being like, I need more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The horse documentary, by the way, is the famous documentary with the guy who fucked his horse to death.
Oh, Well, not the horse died. He died.
He died.
Yeah.
Because the dick
horse
went
had a
inside of
great
his
time.
butthole all the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So the man was impaled by a horse dick, basically.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's
Trigger warning. Too late.
It's called Zoo. If anybody's, I watched it. It kind of sucked.
Really?
There was 0 horse fucking in it. I didn't see one horse fuck.
God. Though it does feel like misleading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
People finish and they're like, is there like a behind the scenes? Like, is
Well,
there
I would rather just find it on like the depths of 4chan.
Oh, I promise you it's out there.
Oh, for sure. But I'm like, I don't want to see
all the others.
I don't-
You don't
like-
want your computer to get
well,
watched?
it was just such a bad documentary where it was like talking about this like community and bestiality, but none of the people were actually on. It was like people reenacting it, and it was just poorly executed. But I was like, I want to see people that fuck their goats, okay? And I want them on camera saying, I like the warmth of the goat's butthole. I want them to say that.
I think that made me, you need to stop watching porn. Listening to so much true crime.
True crime is my porn. And if
that is horrifying.
If I don't see a man fucking his goat on camera and saying, this is what I do for pleasure, I'm not interested.
There you go.
Okay?
Listen. Okay, Teal Swan. Okay. All right.
So in her book, she has many books, by the way. Do not order them. Do not read them. Speaking of what you should not be putting into your brain. So in her book, Sculptor of the Sky, she gave an astounding account of being ritually abused as a child by a blood cult that she claimed was active in the region. So not only that, she claimed to have witnessed her abusers making numerous human sacrifices of children.
Oh, no.
I think this is all bullshit, to be honest with you.
I
but
hope. She's a very good fantasy writer.
I know. I was like, if this was just like straight up advertised as a fantasy book, I would be like, okay.
Yeah, fair enough. People come up with some weird shit.
The cult, she said, performed most of its rituals in southern Idaho, but some of the activity allegedly occurred right here in Cache Valley. Wherever the fuck that is. I don't know. And this included her being covered in animal blood and prostituted to men in a local motel room.
Ugh.
But
even if she's just thinks, oh man, I hope she knows she's lying. This woman sounds like she's got problems. We're gonna go talk to her.
I mean, I think
July
she
9th.
might be, because she's been diagnosed with schizophrenia. Like that, maybe that's just what it is.
She's mentally unwell.
Yeah.
She needs some help.
So how did they get their hands on her as a young girl, they say? Or as Teal tells it, she was whisked away from her Hyde Park home in the middle of the night and then brought back before dawn without her parents ever suspecting a thing. But her parents had an unwitting role in the abuse. She told a reporter or somebody, I don't know.
Okay.
Because the man behind the abductions was someone her parents arranged to work with in her horsemanship as a healthy diversion for their child. What the fuck?
So it was like a horse trainer. Like
Yeah.
It was like her riding instructor.
My God. Maybe it was the guy fucking his horse.
If it was, I'd be like, I get it.
Yeah.
Then she was like, then he died. He fucked the horse. Like, did you kill him, Teal? Did you
It's
kill
like, no,
this
you
guy?
just saw the Mr. Hands YouTube video.
Yep.
Then also she said that when this man was not pulling her from her home at 3 a.m., he would pick her up from elementary school.
I really do think something bad happened to her when she was a kid because she's super fucked up.
She probably got molested by somebody, which is terrible and horrible, but I don't know about
And then
all
like
the
added a
satanic-
lot of like zhuzh to it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That
totally.
sucks. I'm, again, like you were telling, like, sorry for the kid. That doesn't excuse the actions of the adult.
Yeah, totally.
But that is very sad.
Yeah, it's not great. So a lot of the reason you might be asking yourself, okay, she's a wacko, whatever, she's got this cult. Like, what is so controversial about her? And the thing that really gets people's goat is that she has quite a preoccupation with death and suicide. So this is like a big part of her teachings is like death and suicide are not necessarily a bad thing, is what she's saying.
I guess freedom of speech, but it's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, it's not great. And also, I cannot stress this enough. She has zero background in psychology and like the meaning, like the way that we all think of.
It'd be one thing if she was like a researcher who was, I know that they have assisted
Assisted
suicide
suicides, yeah.
and, you know, various situations where you can, like Canada had a recent thing passed that was like a kind of big deal
Yeah.
around being able to like legally kill yourself. So I guess there probably is conversations to be had, but it doesn't sound like she is doing this in the proper channels or respectfully,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So she has mentioned on several occasions that death would be a relief to her. She has
This poor lady.
I know, right? She has a history of self-harm and suicide attempts, and she has suggested to her followers that suicide is an option. She says, I'm not going to advocate for suicide. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, step one.
Yeah, so she has in the past used inappropriate and suggestive language to convince guests that they are unhappy living, and she has glorified death and suicide. So she says to people things like, you are not committed to life.
It's weird because it's like this like weird negging where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, if you're going to live, like, because I can kind of see in some way just being like, live, like,
Yeah.
commit to
You're gonna-
being fucking here. Go do something. Like, trying to like freak them out of depression in a way.
Sure.
But again, I really do feel like you should have some knowledge backing you and some responsibility and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess maybe a license, like, I guess.
I guess. But I see what you're saying too.
Right?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think she's nailing it though. I'm
Alleged-
giving her the benefit of the doubt. Why? I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing that.
No, it's true. And like she herself has said like she's like, people are misinterpreting what I'm saying, which is,
Okay.
you know, I hope so. But she's also once joked about her first client's suicide that prompted the audience to laugh. So there was a specific suicide that happened, and the husband of the woman who killed herself or unalived or whatever the YouTube algorithm wants me to say,
GW.
that he noticed she was getting more and more into Teal Swan, and like weeks later she was dead. So
And she was joking about that?
she was joking about it.
It's not very cool, lady.
Yeah.
Also, when you say client, like, what does that mean? Like, what is she licensing, or like, what is she selling her services as?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I guess like, yeah, I don't really know.
Are you allowed to?
I think maybe just, yeah, I don't really know, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, what do you mean? Like, is she?
Because I know, like, for instance, if I wanted to be like, I'm going to go give, one of our friends therapy, I'm not allowed to sell my practice. Like, I'm not allowed to operate a practice as a therapist because I'm not a licensed therapist.
Yeah.
I believe that's illegal.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm
Yes, it
curious.
is,
Maybe Utah just doesn't have any laws.
Maybe.
Maybe Utah's like, we don't know.
But I do know that she knew this woman, and because she's talked about her a few times. So I guess they had met, or maybe like she also, by the way, this is part of it, but the big part of it, but also like an aside is that she kind of has this like commune around her. So there's like
They always got a
constantly,
commune.
Yeah, she has like in the documentary there was like 15 people that like lived with her kind of thing.
Always, yeah. You always gotta be sus. It's
And she
four
just, like,
or less.
and she'll just
They
like
better be
talk
kids.
at them for all day, every day kind of thing.
Oof.
People
What a
are
headache.
people are fascinating. They really are.
Yeah, a lot of lifestyles.
So she's had a lot of disturbing death and suicide mentions in her speeches. She says that suicide can be seen as a reset button.
Nope. It's a hard delete.
It's a hard delete.
It's the power button.
Yeah.
It's not. No pressing that again.
Yeah. She also believes she knows what the source, which is God, thinks, which is really kind of interesting because, what's it called? Justin Bieber had that song that's like, I get my blah blah from the source, yeah. Like that was supposed to be like a religious thing. You know, it's like I get my peaches down in Georgia, da da da. Yeah, I get my something from the source, yeah.
Okay.
That's what he was referring to, but I think that's probably from Hillsong, not from.
Yeah, I think that's likely. I think a lot of Jesus songs. It was so funny when I was in Colombia. One of our Ubers was playing music. It was in Spanish, but it was so obvious that it was Christian music.
Yeah.
It was the exact same cadence. Like this, I was like, you're listening to Christian rock.
Yeah.
In Spanish, in Espanol.
So Ari Shafir, actually friend of the pod, he has a theory that the Killers are a Christian rock band.
I could see that.
Because he's like, listen to
some
the
of their
lyrics. Like, really think about it.
What were some of their songs when you were young?
Are we humans or are we dancers?
All right, Ari, I think you're a smart guy, so I'm gonna let you go with this one. But my first two examples, I'm like, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
What are you, Mr. Brightside? Isn't that the Killers?
Yeah, Mr. Brightside. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. So she
Deep cuts.
But anyway, so she says that it's one's choice or not to commit suicide, and basically that obviously this belief displays her lack of consideration for the friends and family members of a person who has suicidal ideation.
Yeah, it's at the minimum extraordinarily disrespectful. Uncool.
Yeah.
It's officially, I'm bearish on it.
I'm bearish on it. So about the client that did end up unaliving herself, I don't know why I'm oscillating back.
No, I
between
like it. Keep going.
Whatever. So this is what she said about the client. She said, I actually, interestingly enough, lost my first client to suicide this last year, and this woman was absolutely miserable. I'm talking every moment of her life was a nightmare. And so we had that very serious sit-down talk where we had to say, all right, we're either committing or not committing to life. Because every time I gave her a suggestion, she'd stop in 2 days doing the suggestion. So then we had to ask the question, do we really want this to work? And what's interesting is that when she asked herself that question, the answer was, no, I'm done. There's nothing that any healer could ever do for that type of vibration, which is totally fine. From source energy, there's nothing wrong with death from that perspective. So she chose to commit suicide. Wow.
That's horrible.
So this is a woman. This is a woman who has she has no like medical background. She has no training in this. And she saw somebody who obviously was like fucking screaming 5150 me.
Yeah, that's really horrible. Like you have bad times in your life. That's how life goes. But like, maybe it's long time. Maybe it takes some time, but people come through and they get to next phases of their life. Like it's not a reason to just quit on it. Especially because some fucking narcissistic cunt is telling you to.
How crazy is that?
Jesus. All right, we're going to July 9th.
And so it's been
I'm going to go listen words. I have some words for this lady.
It's been a while since I've listened to the podcast about this, but I heard from like the husband of this wife, and he was basically like, I feel like she should be in jail. Like as like a...
I agree. And also she had a husband like, oh my God, what a horrible person.
Yeah.
What an irresponsible piece of shit.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Wow.
I've been trying to do this podcast episode for so long, and
yeah.
Can you see? It's quite a doozy.
It's quite a doozy. Absolutely. I'm pissed.
So because she got her fan base by doing like by doing the SEO searches of,
and
blah,
she's
blah, blah.
doing it for fame. What a fucking cunt.
No, I mean, she's probably
Sorry,
the worst.
guys, but like, are you serious?
She's probably the worst person and or alien in the world.
I don't care what she is. I don't care if she's a god.
Yep.
I don't think she is. I think she's more like a devil.
So her followers often post about wanting to die because that's the people that she attracts. Those are the people that they're so vulnerable. It's really fucked up. So the following quotes are from commenters on Teal's Ask Teal video. Do people who commit suicide go to hell? That is one of her videos that she posted. There's 5 names. They've been redacted. These are posts from 2012 to 2017. It says, thank you. I will commit suicide tonight. The next one. Is it true we actually planned and agreed to become alive? If so, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I feel my end is coming and I'm glad. I just hope I'm not reincarnated. Bye, everyone. The next one is, I do want to commit suicide, but I'm scared.
Oh my God. And you don't know what age these people are?
We were not sure. Because they're anonymous. The next one is, I need to take my life and needed this to help me and help the ones left behind. Thank you. It's about me right now.
That's horrible. I used to do volunteering, can you believe, with Crisis Text Line, which is a pretty amazing service. Maybe we should cite it in the description on this
I
one.
think we should, because this is really gnarly.
And it was a texting service where they would have volunteers who if you were struggling with something, could text in, and we'd go through extensive training. Like I went through so many trainings.
It probably passed off when you knew it was like.
Of course, we had. It was like it was strict. You had a mentor, and there was like a chain of command, and you would help people who were. It wasn't always suicidal, but like it was hard. I didn't do it very long because it was honestly too much for me.
Yeah.
But like where we'd have to like, in situations where if you figured out there was like intent and they were doing all these like specific things and like they had a time and had a plan on how they were going to do it. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And I was I don't want to talk about it too much, but like it would be situations where you wouldn't know if they made it or not.
Ooh.
It's a really vulnerable period. And I can't believe having that moment and then choosing to push them further.
No, it's insane. It actually reminds me of, do you remember, I don't know if we've talked about this on the pod before, but do you remember there was a case in Massachusetts where a girl sort of like encouraged her boyfriend to
Yeah, wait, actually, and didn't she go to jail?
She did. She went
So
to,
what the hell is this?
I don't know. I'm not
She
sure.
better never go to Massachusetts.
I guess there's like
Why it's in
different
New York and
laws.
not Boston.
Yeah, yeah. But she went to jail. I think she just got out of jail actually. And then there's like all these there's all these new shows about it. But yeah, this girl essentially, like, he was saying that he wanted to do that, and she was on the phone like, get back in your car.
I remember reading about it and being like, this is fucked.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
That's horrible.
really, really
And
bad.
here's the other thing. It's like, it's not like she happened upon one of these conversations. Like the boyfriend situation is fucked up, but it is a kid who's, you can argue, doesn't know any better. That one I have much more sympathy for. I don't have sympathy, but more than her, who is using SEO and gaming the algorithm to get she's the fucking devil.
She's the devil. She looks like it too. I mean, she's the hot witch from your high school, but she's also the fucking devil.
If you found us because you're a fan of Teal Swan, probably you're not to this point of the pod, but like, please get some help.
Yeah, you need to go to an actual therapist that cares about you.
She doesn't love you.
No.
Oh my God. All right, keep going.
So, also Teal Swan has been saying that suicide can be self-love. So somebody said
she should kill herself.
Can suicide? Yeah, right. How about that? A hot take. So someone said, can suicide be an act of self-love? And she responds, it can be the ultimate form of self-love or the ultimate form of self-hate. I mean, sure.
All right.
Depending on their perspective. Wow. So there's a lot of people that have been rightfully so speaking out because she has this like cult mentality, and then people are talking about it now.
Of course.
And finding each other and being like, what the fuck was that? So, like I already mentioned this before, like every bad thing in Teal's mindset, every bad thing you attract, even cancer, is your fault. So
cool. So if you have a shitty life, it's because it's your fault, not because the world is crazy and random and there's so many things out of your. Okay, keep going.
So this one follower says this was submitted in 2018 by an anonymous source. So it said, I was a profound follower of Teal. I happened to stumble upon one of her videos as a 16-year-old. So sad. I had a mentally ill parent who was suffering from severe heart problems. The stress this person endured made him mean and difficult to live with. I was desperate because the situation made me feel stuck. I lost self-confidence. I needed an explanation to why this had all happened. To be short, I was a vulnerable adolescent.
Yeah.
I had so much anxiety and fear of death. So Teal became this half human, half god. Yikes. Whose extra sensory perception reassured me and provided a sense of security that everything had a meaning. I watched almost every single one of her videos, but the mindset she advocated for made me feel less in control. Every bad thing you attract, even cancer, is your fault, he quotes. Or she quotes. So I started to blame myself more and became my own worst enemy. I became to feel like something was off with Teal after a while, you don't say.
Yeah.
But it was not until she stated her stance on suicide that completely caused me to lose trust in her. She claimed herself to be all things an alien, spiritually enlightened, etc. So for her to make allegations like this can be extremely dangerous and for temporarily emotional, temporarily keyword,
Right.
and mentally vulnerable people to hear.
Life's not just roses.
Yeah. She calls suicide a reset button, which I believe to be absolutely insane because no one knows what happens when we die. She even joked about a client who committed suicide at one of her events.
At one of her events?
Yeah. People said, stay away from this insane woman, please.
Oh my God.
Correct. So that concludes everything I had. I did want to, I mean, what a fucking episode.
Right.
But I did also want to say that like this has been so terrible having to research her because she's really good at SEO. Okay. She's paying a lot for these ads. So I've gotten a bunch of Facebook ads. And one of them I got was, this is a Facebook ad that I got from Teal Swan. It goes, and it's a photo of her looking all crazy with her blue eyes. And it says, are your relationships painful? Here's why. Relationships come at a great cost for many of us. We become alienated, separated, disassociated from our own true self because we want to feel loved. Are you willing to sacrifice our boundaries, desires, our needs to feel that deep connection with another person? Because we seek safety. Our adult relationships are emotionally unhealthy. She says, that's why I've created what I like to call the relationship vault. In it, you will discover how to identify toxic relationship patterns, learn how to change them.
It's hilarious considering this is like genuinely one of the most toxic relationships I've ever heard.
Truly. Become more in tune with your emotions and desires. Become a vibrational match for fulfilling and lasting relationships and spot incompatibility.
Why is vibrational never used in a positive, like every time?
Except for when you're vibrating yourself.
Minus a vibrator is the only application of the word. Every time someone starts to throw that woo-woo shit in there, I'm like, what's your ulterior motive? And
what's going on here?
It's usually money. I'm sure she said she made $8 million.
$8 million. I know. So I found this to be a particularly hilarious ad because I happen to know this from the podcast and from the documentary that I watched, is that in her own love life, she has had 5 husbands by the time that she was in her 30s and about 10 to 12 relationships.
Jesus.
And
5 husbands is amazing.
I know.
0.
Yeah.
I had no husbands.
That's a phenomenal head game. It's got to be the best fucking head game.
It's got to be the best head game ever.
You've ever seen.
Wow. She's got to wait a lot.
Yeah. So one of her exes, this guy named Jared Dobson, he was raised in the LDS church. So I feel like she's attracting a lot of people that like
sisters.
I think this is my perception, is that she's attracting people that used to be deeply religious and are like, I'm not religious anymore. And then now she just becomes their God. So people just, they want something to believe in.
And how many, do we have any idea how, well, I mean, we know there's about 1 million people that follow her online, though those numbers are tough to like, if that's real or not.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea how many people are like following her in earnest?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Even if it's just a couple.
You know what's funny is that a few comedians were following her, and I was like,
oh my God, no.
Well,
maybe like, here's the thing, when comics follow people, because I remember when what's his fucking name, Andrew Tate was on, and I was looking at the people following him, and I was like, you better be writing bits.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you. Boys.
They probably
got my
are
list.
though. I mean, it's just like fascinating to
Understood,
watch.
but I was like, noted. Keeping my eye on you.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. Thank you for doing that one. I would have gotten I'm upset right now, but I would have been
It's
very
a disaster.
sad.
And there's, by the way, there's so much more to it, and I highly recommend you guys watch those documentaries. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that she's just like walking around. She's able to have this.
We should go hand out like crisis text line cards or something.
We should go there, and then we should ask a question like, "How dare you?" What's your question? I'd be like,
"How dare you?"
Yeah, listener, what's your question? Who the fuck do you think you are? Okay.
Are you or are you not the Antichrist? Yeah. No, I really want to know. I really want to know because I think you are.
You're the worst person in the world.
Wow. What
in
a
the whole world. What a bitch.
What a.
So, if you're here from the Teal Tribe, go fuck yourself. And don't go fuck yourself. Actually, go seek actual help.
Go get help. A lot of people. It's gonna get better. Ugh.
I bet you we're going to get a few messages at least being like,
I hope we do, because then I'll respond to them and be like, guys, I really want you to get some help.
agreed.
I really, truly can't express enough how you don't deserve this. Okay, I'm going to go cry. Follow us and,
you guys
know.
follow us. We are typically happy. This is a bummer episode, but we are typically have a good
It was
time.
a good episode. I'm glad we did this.
Follow us.
Follow us.
And
Tell your friends, tell
subscribe
your
to
friends.
us. Choose us. Thank you. Choose 3 friends to tell this podcast to. Share it. Like it.
Subscribe.
Please. And also follow me at May_Planner on Instagram. I post my tour dates and some other stuff.
Follow me, Laura Sogar. And come see us live. We'd love to see you. We will give you a pep talk live. All right, bye.